Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Cal.
I'm X.
And I'm Ghost.
Today we got a lot of stories to get through. We got No Man's Sky. Once again, we got the Joker coming back to Suicide Squad. Xenoverse still getting updates after I don't know how many years. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get right into it. First up, this is No Man's Sky's 27th free update since its launch in 2016. I think at this point, we've accepted your apology, Sean. You can relax now and you can retire. There's just no need to continue going this hard for so long. Like, this is insane. This is all.
You know what though? I applaud it because the next game that they come out with, it sets a good narrative to the player base.
Yes.
Like they listened. Like, hey, listen, we screwed up. We hear you. We're gonna approach it right the next time.
Exactly, and not only that, we know that we're going to get constant updates from launch. We know how long they're potentially going to keep supporting this game too.
Right.
Because it's almost 10 years now with No Man's Sky. But anyway, they've added ship customization, which has been a strongly requested feature for a long time. So now the space stations will have ship editors that'll let players mix and match pieces to create new ship types. Players can also salvage and trade parts for their ships. So there's going to be you'll probably, once you get into I forgot what it's called, the anomaly. I think that's what it's called, isn't it, Ghost? Little thing that you spawn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that big planet looking thing.
Yeah, so you're probably going to see a lot of different ships once you start getting into the update. They've also done a massive space station overhaul, so apparently the space stations were the only things in the game that were not procedurally generated. But now the new engine improvements have allowed them to create larger interior and exterior spaces. They got improved reflections and metallic surfaces. They feature new shops, gameplay, and activities, and also these space stations are customized based on the system, race, and location. I've already been to one and it looks absolutely insane. Like, it looks like something out of like Cyberpunk a little bit, like the way that the lights on the inside work. Because you know how like on an airstrip they'll have like those little arrows pointing up, like let you know, like, yeah, they had those inside of there. It just looked at it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was the update that they needed, because prior to it, the space stations just seemed bland. I don't know if that's the correct word, because you would think if it's a highly, technically advanced civilization, it didn't reflect that. I'm flying a spaceship into here, and now it's like you said, kind of like Cyberpunk. It's very neon-esque, very kind of bright, vibrant. I think it was a wonderful update, aside from the customization of the ships, though. I think that fell slightly a little short, though.
I think that for new players it's great, but for the people who
absolutely
like us I've been searching for my ship. I knew I spent a long time searching for a ships. Like, you're waiting, you go to certain space stations and you watch the ships leave and go. Like, you spend a lot of time searching for your ship. And I don't even, when I went in there, because I thought I'd be to mix and match some colors a little bit, because I would like it to be black and gold, but
or something darker,
than
kind of what they have.
But there was no color that could match what was already on my ship. My ship was unique,
right?
Completely, which I'm fine with. But other than that,
that's what I was finding too.
Other than that, great update. I have nothing to complain about. These are definitely some developers that I think, I forgot what their next game is called. Let me see, because I can look it up.
I was gonna say, what if they had a system where like certain color palettes or like customization options, you had to like find the ship in the wild, then like scan it, and then you could apply it to whatever ship you had.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I would like that.
That way you still get the rarity of like finding something cool, but you can still customize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because like his specific like color combination like is very unique. Just in general, just a combination of the ship. But even if you were to go in and just build my basic ship, like mine is 90% really dark metal. Like, you can't even make that, even if it's chrome or matte. So it's just the things you could actually go out there and find in the universe by itself right now is more customized than what you can customize. It's weird.
Right.
Yeah, and I think because those things are procedurally generated, you get some crazy combinations and ships. But yeah, I mean, I have nothing to complain about. Their next game is going to be Light No Fire, which is basically very similar to No Man's Sky, except this will be focused on one planet and 4-player co-op like No Man's Sky is. But yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited to see what they could do with one planet instead of the unlimited, quote unquote unlimited.
Yes, because then you can. I prefer smaller maps, but with more intricate like buildings and more like congested.
Yeah, you have more points of interest too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like custom points of interest.
Yep.
Instead of just like, oh, we'll put a crash ship somewhere over here, procedurally generated.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm excited.
But I think it'd be cool if it's going to be, kind of Earth-like or just one individual planet, what type of weather systems they can add. If they're not going to push the engine to have to procedurally generate that many other planets, like what the force could they do on one single planet?
Exactly. It also has a little bit of like Minecraft in it too, because just the way that the base building looked, and I'm excited. We need more co-op games just in general. But yeah, they also said that they have a lot more planned still. So stay tuned, I guess. Like, what more could you want out of the game, do you think? Like, what more would you want? We now have ship customization. Dude. They have the freighters and you can hire other ships to be a part of your frigate. You can scramble fighters. You can go out there and save your because you can send freighters out to like mine in different systems. You go out there and mine for specific materials and they bring them back. And it used to be where if they got in trouble, you couldn't really do anything. You just had to wait till they come back and repair. But now you can go out there and rescue them. That's another feature they have. But they have derelict freighters that you can go through, and they're like haunted. They have different types of enemies inside. Like, I don't know what else they could add.
I don't know. Because they don't really need any type of ship diversity, especially since they put the Sentinel ships in there, then they have the living ships, and then, I don't know, just the randomness of having, the random generator for all the other types of ships you can get.
Yeah.
Maybe they could add new stuff for base building. I don't know. More pieces for base building.
I don't know. They have a lot you can do in there. Like,
I know. I already have to think of something. I can't really think of anything.
I'm thinking more of immersion. So this ain't even have to be a part of an update, because, but I guess it could be. But like the popping in and out of ship where you just teleport in and out. I wish that was actually like an animation of getting in and out the ship. I also wish that you could see your hands and stuff controlling the thrust and the joystick, stuff like that. There's a future in Star Citizen, obviously it's a space sim, but being able to walk around inside of your ship.
Yeah, I love that.
Something like that where you can have you can actually see the storage and whatever else you've taken from planets, and you can see like the storage boxes and stuff inside of your ship. I'm coming back for that. Name it the immersion update, because I'm coming back for that. That's all you need.
Plus, it already has VR support. That'd be great.
Exactly. And in VR, they show your hands and stuff moving the thruster. So yeah. So I don't know. They need to add that. I would love that. But yeah, that's all I had for that. Next is speaking of updates, but not as exciting. The Joker was added to Suicide Squad. And originally, Rocksteady told us that the Joker would be free. And if you tell me a character is going to be free upon release, I'm expecting to be able to pick this character up immediately and start playing with him. But no. Of course, when the new season starts, they revert you back to level 1 for the season. And then you have to grind the same missions over and over until you get to level 35. And then you unlock the Joker to grind the same missions over and over again.
Why do they reset your level?
Because it's like Diablo, where they reset you. You go back through, and then you
put you in a new realm, kind of.
Oh, okay. I'm not used to that kind of thing.
Yeah. But guess what? You can pay $10 to Go ahead and play with him.
Oh my, there it is.
And apparently people were expecting like a new narrative to go with the Joker. But the most you get is an intro explaining his world, Brainiac's invasion. You get a little cutscene with Amanda Waller introducing him to the team. That's it.
So it's all like squished exposition into one cutscene.
Absolutely.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Even just like a couple side missions, just tossing them in there would be cool.
That's too much. You're asking for too much. You crossed the line.
Especially because, like you said, after you grind to get him, all you're going to be doing is grinding the same missions again after that.
Exactly. Like, they should just released him from the get-go. Because I'm telling you, if we could make it through at the most 5 hours, I don't think we crossed over 5 hours. If we got over there, I'd be surprised. But do you know what the actual end-game boss, like when you fight Brainiac, do you know what happens?
No.
He turns into the Flash, and then you just fight the Flash over again.
Oh, so they reused the boss fight?
Yes, they reused the boss fight. But do you know they switched it up this time? So when you get to the end of this season, you fight Green Lantern instead.
Oh, so they just changed what boss it copies?
Yes.
Oh.
The more y'all talk about this, the less I want to play it. It just doesn't get better. Every time we do one of these, it just gets worse as we talk about it.
I don't understand how people continue to play this. Like, I honestly do not know. I wish that I could call on somebody from like the community and say, please hop in here and tell me what parts of this game you actually enjoyed. Because otherwise, I just think y'all are trolling at this point, because there's just nothing to enjoy about this. And I'm looking right now on the subreddit just to see. I thought I saw something where the guy was like, they did something. What did they say? I feel like this is a stab in the back to the community. They've been stabbing us in the back since it released.
Bamboozled y'all for sure.
Like, bro, you've been doing that from the get-go. You just now saying, oh, that we're done. And now the whole subreddit is now they're finally starting to see what this game actually is. But yeah, that's all you get. Go ahead.
What's the player count on that game? Like, does anybody really know?
Because
didn't they have like?
Well, I'm gonna look it up.
Well, no, because the last time, because I know one of the last times we talked about it, they only had 400 players on it, and then they released an update. They broke the game to where they actually couldn't even log on and play. So what's the actual player count?
Right now, player count is 1,500. So they got a spike.
That is.
What do you want to know what it was? Because it literally, I'm looking at the spike right now. And of course they spiked when the update came out, but do you want to know what they were on March 28th?
500, let's see.
129.
290?
Oh, 129 is the lowest,
yeah. Yeah, 129 is the lowest.
Their highest was right when the update came out at 3,000 and it's been going down since.
Yeah.
Horrible on every.
It's doing the loop and pull now. So.
Oh my god.
That's horrible.
Yeah, y'all aren't going to see a season 2. WB said that AAA games are too volatile.
I mean, what would they do for season 2? Do they have more characters planned, or
I have no idea. They were talking about, bringing Batman back. Please leave him dead in this world.
Oh no.
You did him a service by killing him, especially on this timeline. Don't bring him back into this. And it's had to be Kevin Conroy. Well, it's not his last one. I was about to say it was one of his last projects, but his actual last project, I think, is the Batman Brave and the Bold that's coming out.
DC always uses Batman as their get out of jail card for any IP revolving around DC. They're like, oh, things aren't going well, let's reboot Batman again. Because that Batman comics are the ones that sell the best.
Yes, but I'm like, y'all have other characters that people would be willing to play, man. But yeah, you guys have fun.
Maybe you'll get your wish, and by season 4, you'll be able to play all the heroes.
I don't want
a season.
Rocksteady is done. I don't want them to touch nothing. Don't even look at Superman now. Especially after. Don't even dare.
My man is hurt.
Yes, absolutely. Rocksteady used to be peak. You knew when you saw that symbol come up, you were about to get a fantastic game. Crashed and burned. Let it die. I'm done. Can't believe. Bethesda, Ubisoft, now Rocksteady. My heart hurts. I'm gonna move on now. I'm done with them. On some better news, Xenoverse 2. X, have you ever played Xenoverse?
Nah.
I think you would.
We got to get Mr. Melee on there for sure.
Oh my gosh.
I think you would like it, because if you liked...
I think you would too.
You liked Ikaichi back in the day. You get your...
That was so long ago. I don't know. We'll see.
We tell you what you like.
Oh my god!
I think the first time you do go Super Saiyan, I think you'd be hooked.
I don't even think he'll pick Super Saiyan.
He probably won't at all, but that's okay.
You know what I think
he's going to be
pick?
a human just so he can throw hands.
You know what I think he'll pick? A girl Majin.
Humans? Probably. I don't know. Honestly, all jokes aside, I think he just play human because the guy likes to. It's gonna sound so bad on YouTube. He just likes to beat people up. The man lives in infamy, and the rats are Remnant too. I'm telling you. Let him just throw hands.
They got his poster up.
They sure do. Generations are fearing this man.
They've been living in peace ever since he's been playing all this stuff.
All you heard was that poor rat squealing in a corner.
I still hear it in my dreams sometimes.
Oh my god!
I just think it's messed up that he had to put the super jets on high step and trying to go find that rat.
It was clear.
That man said, "I can hear him." It was two-piecing NPCs for no reason.
Right, but Xenoverse, they're still bringing out updates. They are following the manga at this point. We just recently got Ultra Instinct put into the game. But
so they're adding like new story missions or abilities or both?
Both.
New characters, missions, and soundtracks. Goku, Black, and Vegeta will debut with new abilities along with a brand new storyline to go through. When they say soundtracks, these soundtracks better not be a reward inside of the...
It is.
So, X, they have these missions that they're called parallel quests that you just go through and you unlock. Once you complete one, it unlocks the second one. There's like over 100 of them you go through with varying difficulty. But in the parallel quest, they'll give you a list of your potential rewards. So it's RNG. Sometimes, like they'll have, like if you try and go for a specific move, it'll be there. But also, there's a potential you'll just get an artwork at the end of your fight.
Yeah, that's rough. I feel like they should separate the loot then.
Yes. Like, bro,
you just get that kind of stuff like automatically as you complete levels, and it's not like in the loot pool, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, go, sorry.
The worst part about it, to go off of that, and I agree, because when I jumped on with Cal, he's like, you need this specific move, which is called meditation. And this mission that you have to go fight is just not easy. And you need another person to do it with you. So you need a squad of 3. We were all the way to the end, and you can tell this guy got the move because he literally paused mid-fight and then dipped. It is so hard to get through some of these on just 2 players that I absolutely agree. It should be something that you just progressively get versus I'm going to go hand sweat for the next 20 minutes to get artwork. It makes me want to rage.
Yes,
yeah, I got you.
I feel like at the most, just put the attire in there, clothing, sure, and movesets. That's it. Don't put no artwork. I don't care about that at all, especially when I'm in here fighting for my life.
Yeah, no.
I'm getting ping pong between Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta at the same time, and then after that,
and then Broly.
And then Broly shows up right when you're tired.
And as soon as you go and get that special move off, you want to power up.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, I'm Xenoverse 2. I've gotten my money's worth completely out of this game. I have easily over 200 hours in this game. But yeah, X, we look forward to seeing you.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Take-Two has acquired Gearbox from Embracer. This also includes games like Borderlands, Homeworld, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and Risk of Rain. Still being led by the same CEO, Randy Pitchford. And they're actually working on a new Borderlands and Homeworld game. And they also have another Untitled project that's also in development. But I'm actually excited for the new Borderlands game. I did not get into Borderlands at its peak, but I do know that Borderlands had some insane weapons, which is the major appeal for it. And I know X, you played a lot of Borderlands back in the day.
Yeah, 1 and 2. It fell off after 2, I feel like. 2 was the best.
Oh, okay. Didn't they have... there was a third one.
There was a prequel and then a third one.
Why do you say that it fell off in the third one?
The story was not as good, and the humor was overused, to say the least.
Oh, okay.
And there's a fourth one scheduled to drop too.
There's a what?
There's a fourth one that's scheduled to drop as well, somewhere between 2025 and 2027.
As I was saying.
Yeah, that's a big range, though. Holy cow.
Ain't lying.
I guess they're just like... let's not mess up any. Let's not set expectations.
Right. Don't
No,
even
they're
tell
waiting
nobody.
to see when GTA is going to drop too, because you know you're
Oh,
on
yeah.
the player base.
Your game may as well not even drop within the first 6 months of like GTA being out. They don't even. Everything's going to be squeezed. If they launch like towards springtime, which I don't think they will. I think it'll be a fall game. You better put your game towards the wintertime if you want anybody to pay attention to it. And
Go ahead. You're probably going to say exactly what I'm going to say too.
I'm just saying they dropped that online, like just a month later.
Or how they do some of those games, like how they did kind of like Diablo, where they drop the game and they're like, oh, by the way, we have a first season coming in the next like 90 days.
Yeah.
And it rolls right over from summer into the winter time. Boy, that would just be devastating for everybody.
Yes, because everybody's mostly just looking for that online at this point. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. There's also rumors of a Xbox handheld. There has not been any like major news or nobody's confirmed anything. But Phil Spencer did an interview with Polygon. They were just talking about handheld PCs, and he was listing some of the things he'd like to add that would make them feel more like an Xbox. Basically just having access to all your games, and it'll use like the Xbox app full screen, but in a compact mode, along with all the other social aspects that you normally see on Xbox. He did say that the hardware team is looking at different form factors, and he hinted that it'll be something that will allow players to play at times when they couldn't go play in the past. So basically a handheld. They're working on a handheld, even though they haven't specifically confirmed it.
It's basically a PSP or a Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised that Sony did not come out with. They went with that PlayStation Portal instead of another PSP. When people have been asking for like an updated PSP,
Absolutely.
I am really surprised that they just went with a handheld, remote play style. Which me and X were speculating like who would want this, but apparently we know nothing because it's sold out immediately.
I'm telling you, they only made 10 units. That's the only way they sold it. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me.
We were talking about, I don't know who would want this. We were over here talking crap the entire time. And then I told him, I was like, hey, it's sold out.
It's just for their price and the fact that they already offer remote play on the phone and PC. It just doesn't, I don't get it.
I think most it's because of it's like holding the controller in your hand just with a screen.
I guess, man. But I wouldn't pay that much for it. But I guess I'm just not the target audience, so whatever.
Yeah, you like to tinker. This is just for people who just want easy access.
A little bit, yeah, I do.
But those are my major stories. X, you can go ahead and give us, what did you have for us this week?
Dragon's Dogma 2 has its first patch. A lot of quality of life updates and stuff people have been complaining about. So you can finally start a new game.
Oh, thank God. I mean,
that is wild that wasn't even a standardized feature.
Thought that was just how. I thought that was the
you
way
were going to make a life decision.
Absolutely
not.
Isn't starting new games
choose wisely on your first try.
Hell yeah.
Or else be ready to dig into the game files and delete your saves there.
There should be a warning after you say start new game. Like, this
like,
is
are
the
you
end.
for sure? You need to type in a code like Helldivers to make sure you're putting in the right decision.
Right.
But yeah, you can finally start a new game with save data that already exists. That's one of the big ones, and then a couple other ones are now the quest for getting a house, which is where you can rest and save. Is now earlier in the game, so you get that sooner, and basically gives you more control over your save files that way.
Going back to that, like the start new game, knowing that you had to add that in because everybody was throwing a fit. Like they tried to justify not putting that in. Player base, that's bad game design.
No. I want to know who signed off on that.
Right.
Like, weird was that on on the pin board of this is what we're gonna do? I got a great idea.
Like
nobody gets to restart. What?
What? Just went a little bit too far. Like, okay, removing the mounts. That is a decision you made. But this map better be congested enough for it. That's fine. Start new game. Where's the logic behind that?
That's where you draw the line.
That sounds like a manager just decided to put that in. It was not listening to nobody. Bruh said, put it in.
All the playtesters played it through once, and they're like, "Oh, the game works fine. Don't worry about that. We don't need new game. You just play it once."
Right.
That seems so rough. So rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll get more control over your save games, so you don't have to rely on like the auto save system so much early on. And then, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, how often is it auto saving?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like based on certain quest events or like traveling to certain places, like entering a town or something. But yeah, so you'll have more control over that early on now.
God.
And then the last thing is funny because I had mentioned this mod previously. Now increases the number of the item that lets you change your appearance. They increase the number of purchasable versions of it to 99, just like the mod.
I was like, oh
Lord.
I was like, oh, somebody fixed your game and now you want to copy.
Exactly. They were like, oh, this mod's popular. Well,
I may as well just let the modders make your games, because at this point, I'm kind of like iffy on why did y'all go into game design in the first place if these are the decisions you are choosing to make in your game.
Right. And it's so funny because once again, Capcom has been like anti-mod ever since.
But you didn't mind copying this one completely down.
Right. Good idea. Right. Write that down.
A few years later, they'll just say that's an original one. That was an original idea. Probably copyright strike the guy who made it. So yeah.
But other than that, there's no like major updates other than that. There's not much in the way of performance, so people will still be waiting on that. If you're having performance issues, you'll have to wait a little bit. The only thing I saw really was they improve visual quality when DLSS is enabled, so you'll get better quality with that. That might help with, that won't necessarily help with performance, but it'll make it look better when you're using DLSS, which helps with performance. So I guess they're just making it look better when you're using that. So
okay.
But no, that's it for Dragon's Dogma. Only other thing I had was I thought this was interesting. Triple I initiative. So instead of AAA, it's Triple I for indie.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to be streaming on April 10th. And they got a bunch of devs together from like, let's see here, Slay the Spire, Dead Cells, Risk of Rain, Darkest Dungeon, and I think Vampire Survivors. So just a bunch of good indie devs getting together, and they're going to be talking about upcoming indie games and kind of like their own kind of game show. Or
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, game showcase.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that like they wanted to do this idea because putting these games in like typical game showcases, they may not stand out well because a lot of these like insanely graphically accurate games with all the action, and then you swap over to the indie game, which is more niche, and then you have like this pixel art cooking game, which might be great, but it just doesn't sit well with like when it's stark contrast with the other games.
Kojima gets up there with his game that basically looks like a movie, and then here you come along with your little cooking pixel game. Ain't nobody trying to see that right now? Like
exactly.
First off, Kojima shows up anywhere. You might as well just hold off. Let him go last.
Right. Because people are going to still be thinking about what they just saw. They're not really paying attention to what you're presenting to them. But yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was cool. I think it's a good idea to get together and they can do their own showcase. Because then if you're interested in it, and then they're basically saying like it's going to be... They want it to be like, what am I trying to say here?
Like
a more core experience instead of like just focusing on visuals and the action. So yeah, so basically gameplay.
Okay. So
hopefully we'll see more gameplay instead of trailers of everything.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, like, most of the time when you see an indie game come up there, you don't really get to see gameplay. They're just showing off the trailer. And that's about it. That's all they have time.
So I'm hoping we get some good gameplay and some nice creative games out here, because indie devs have been pushing a lot of stuff, and these are a lot of good indie devs. So I'm excited to see if they announce any new stuff that they're working on too.
Yeah, I'm glad. Good that they started that.
But yeah, those are the only two I had.
And then hopefully these AAA developers start to get overshadowed because everybody's watching the indie, see what they're doing, because they're making better games.
At better prices.
Yeah, at better prices. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, they're not paying hundreds or thousands of devs
right.
to release trash.
Exactly.
They're paying like $10, 20, 50 devs to make pure gold.
Exactly. These are people that are passionate about what they do. Like you can guarantee that if you're spending this much time making these small games, absolutely, you were in this for the passion.
And I feel like with a lot of indie games, you can appeal to a more niche crowd. You don't have to worry about trying to appeal to like lowest common denominator or like getting the mass appeal, where you have to have something that literally everyone will like in the game. Exactly. You can just focus on your one thing.
I think that's what COD, I think that killed COD for me anyway, is because COD used to be a certain game. It was when I signed on to Call of Duty, I knew what I was getting. I'm getting an arcade shooter. It was a warfare
game.
Yes, I'm getting a arcade shooter with fast combat. It's all about the twitch, the 360 no scope. That was part, regardless of how ridiculous that was COD's identity. The 360 no scoped in the kill cam. Sorry, that will always live in my memory.
The montages.
Yes, the montages. That's what it used to be. They switched over to like this. They tried to get the Rainbow Six Siege people, tried to get the Battlefield people in there with ground war, but you took that aspect and you didn't understand why Conquest is so popular for Battlefield. Conquest is, I don't think you ever get to play, but they put ground war in COD. They still allowed everybody access to kill streaks. So you're talking
what?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Rough.
Every single, and wasn't it like 32v32 ghosts or something along?
Yes.
Yes. And like you still have tanks on the map, so people would just camp with the tank, build their kill streak up, and then you got multiple predator missiles on your head.
Worst idea ever. Oh my goodness.
They implemented that at the worst possible way. I even told Ghost, I was like, why did they at least have like a squad leader that's able to call in stuff? If you work together as a team and you complete objectives as a team, you get access to a kill streak. Not every individual.
Madness.
Bro, you would spawn and there would be UAV up, UAV up, UAV up. No. Predator missile inbound, Predator missile.
Well, when it was so bad, you had to almost be in a queue to launch something. Because what was the prompt that it would say? The skies are too busy or something like that.
The voice actor's tired. He's like, no, they're in.
It was rough. I don't know.
I played.
No, that needed to stay as a Battlefield thing.
Exactly. Or it just implemented more in team based. Like, oh my god, it was such poor
got the kill streak guy talking like an auctioneer up there.
Right. It was so. I played a total of 10 seconds. I was like, nope, this is not what COD is for. And they started with that, mounting up on the side of the wall and stuff. Okay, I'm done. Like, I just can't. And climbing up on top of everything? I'm sorry, bro. The 3-lane maps are what made COD great. And you knew that, these certain walls and stuff, like people couldn't climb up there. But man, when they let you climb up on everything, your sight lines went up to thousands.
Right.
There's just no, and on top of that, the time to kill was very low. So I mean, you didn't really have that much time to react. But yeah, COD.
Yeah, can you imagine something like Valorant or CS:GO where you could climb anywhere? How absurd that would.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you change the way the game is played, and
COD
already had a camping. Camping was part of the game, but it got absurdly bad. Like my TDM matches. Just for example, and for contrast, in Black Ops 4, I had to up the score limit on TDM because the games were ending too quickly. So they put it up from 75 to 100 to make the game last long.
Oh my gosh.
When I got to Modern Warfare, I think Modern Warfare 2, or I think it was the first 2019 Modern Warfare, my matches, the time limit would go out before the match ended because everybody was just sitting in a corner. Like, there was nobody trying to move around or anything, play aggressive, none of that. So, yeah, I think after that I was done. But
dark times.
Yeah, the golden age of COD has been done. What were we even talking about? We were talking about.
We were talking about not trying to get not worrying about getting mass appeal on your game, and just like focusing on a specific group.
Yeah, they lose their identity at that point. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can see, COD has a special place in my heart.
Oh my god! I think
classic COD does. Those lobbies will make you a man real quick.
Right.
Wow.
Had to come with warnings. now I'm getting reported. AI listening to me.
Yep.
Mad at you for
not contributing but talking smack.
Either that or taking my kill. You have anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay. I had 2 games that piqued my interest. One that's not even titled yet, but the first one is called Zoochosis. Have you seen that?
Zoochosis?
I have not.
Oh wait, I saw the trailer for that. That looks terrifying.
Yes.
Is it the horror game?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm not touching that. No.
Why not?
Dude, so they got giraffes crawling around like spiders. No.
It starts off, the trailer starts off with like the zookeeper, like it's in first person, so you're sitting like in like his little break area watching TV and like looking at film of a spider. He turns the TV off and like puts his pizza up, but then he like goes outside and a normal giraffe walks by. But then a few seconds later, I can't really remember the trailer, but all of a sudden like a regular giraffe sprouts legs, spider legs from up underneath it and starts crawling up over the wall.
Nope.
It gave me like that, you know, like you see like spiders or something crawl, it gives you like that itchy feeling. Like it feels like something. I instantly got that feeling. I saw that.
What is happening on this?
I saw that. I don't even know when I saw it, but I saw it and I was like, oh, that's not for me. It looks cool, but I'm not playing.
No, hell no. He comes out of the office, makes a hard right, and there's a there's a giraffe spider on the wall just lurking. Negative.
I'm gonna send y'all the link to this next one I'm about to talk about. But it's made by Vresky, and it's basically first person, but max pain. It's got a bunch of like destructible environments. The lighting and like the sparks, the way the windows are shattering, it looks amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I seen this the other day. This is a must.
Yes, it looks absolutely.
One second, let me check it out.
You know what that reminds me of? I'm not sure. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that reminds me. You remember that movie that came out a couple of years ago? I think you and I were talking about it, but I think it was called Hardcore Henry.
Yes, exactly.
It's kind of like that, and like a Max Payne kind of vibe to it. It looks amazing though.
Yeah, like I've seen like he has other videos of like, I think they were in like a garage and he's like jumping like from the second floor down to the first, like shooting.
Absolutely. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be amazing. Yeah. Just the I don't even know what the correct term is, but just I guess the effects of even just the weapons hitting the cars, like you said, the sparks coming off of it, just all of it. Like even the way the bodies react to the bullets.
Oh yeah, it looks great. And it's made by 2 people apparently.
Yeah, I think the muzzle flashes sell it too.
Yes, exactly.
They're pretty good muzzle flashes. I like that.
That's something I'm looking. Yeah, I was just looking at some really like unique first-person shooters because they're getting kind of bland at this point, getting kind of repetitive. Is why I've been desperately searching for any variety in gaming lately. But yeah, that's all I had. 2 games that I saw that in it, and something I'll keep an eye on. I don't know if I'll play that Zoochosis. That gave me the.
I'll watch someone else play it, and then I'll turn the sound all the way down.
I'm gonna see a giraffe, not shoot him. Empty the clip.
Playing the game with all the lights on.
Right.
Just imagine in The Last of Us with the scene with the giraffe, he turns around and he just turns into that spider.
Oh, good God. The Rat Man. What do they call that monster in the hospital? I think that was the worst I have ever felt in a game. Other than Dead Space. Dead Space is on a whole different level of horror. Just because it's on derelict ships and that's like my main. I don't know why.
The Rat King.
Yeah, the Rat King. Bro, my heart was beating so hard because I knew, because when that character told me like, hey, this stuff might be on the lower levels, and they kind of, closed them off. So, and the whole time I'm thinking, okay, that place was like ground zero for the zombies getting out, and you're telling me that it's been closed off from the beginning, and you're sending me down there to go and get something, bro. I don't know what's down there. Like it's been mutating for years now, and you want me to go down there? I can feel your breath catching in your chest, like especially if you got headphones on, man. And like the way the zombies react down there, like the zombies will literally run away from you, and as soon as you are like preoccupied shooting something else, that's when he comes out. Because there's actually 2 parts to the Rat King. one part separates from him. It starts running around in like the rafters. Yes. And then like it'll hide and, you know, try to get like flank you while you're busy with the other one. Good times. 10 out of 10 games. Yeah, anybody else have anything else to add? Ghost, did you have any games that you first person?
No, you hit on one that I was interested in.
Oh.
That last one, 100%.
We doing Stellar Blade demo, or we do that later?
If you want to talk about that, that's fine. Well, what did you like about the game?
I like the music, gameplay, and the visuals look really good. So basically everything.
Visuals were great for me.
I will say do not play on the quality resolution focus mode.
Yeah,
that one is like 30 FPS or something. It was bad. But the balance and performance, both of those they played really well.
Combat hasn't sold me yet, but I am gonna get back in there. But yeah, the visuals, just the way everything looked, like even the HUD itself, like the way that the health bars looked at the top. I really liked that design. That was really good. I'm trying to think of what else.
I like the enemy design.
Yeah. The physics are insane. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I love the physics. I'll pay extra for those. Finally, a $70 game.
I'm like, how skin tight is this suit to capture that? Like, gee, what is this armor from the get-go? Because she has like the skin tight. It's really futuristic, and it looks like she's I don't know how to describe that type of wear, but she also has like a necktie in front too. I'm like, what are y'all wearing? Like, what is the fashion in this? And her blade comes out of her hair. Like,
that was so cool. When I was just idly standing there and she like sheathes it and it goes and turns into her hair tie or whatever.
Yes, I was like,
that was cool.
Where am I?
That was awesome.
So many questions. I like games that invoke questions and don't really tell you from the get-go.
It's like a Souls-like mixed with Nier Automata.
Yes.
Because I can see a lot of that in there with like the little robot following you around. A lot of the combat is a lot of the combat's kind of like a Souls or Sekiro mix kind of thing. Because you got the parrying is pretty important, or perfect dodging are the two big things you could do.
Yeah. Actually, I can't talk about. I want to talk about that in a separate video because Ghost was supposed to talk to. And if you got the time, I'd like you to be in there too.
Okay.
Because I got some things to say.
All right.
If y'all ain't got nothing else to talk about or anything else you wanted to bring up, well, go ahead and end it. Appreciate you guys for showing up, and more importantly, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. We'll catch you guys next time. Later.
Bye.
Bye.